What's happening, film nerds? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Blair Witch. That's right. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, just with the webcam, lazy. You know what? I mean, I usually see the new movies, and I haven't seen a movie in over a month. It was crazy September, or August, I should say, and I just didn't get around to see much movies, and finally did. And if I don't shoot the video like Thursday night, when I get home Friday, I'm just beat from the week. I'm like, it's hard to get the motivation to do it. So I'm just doing it like this. No cuts, no nothing, just pure guerrilla style. Is that what they call it? I don't know. Anyways, The Blair Witch, of course, is it's a sequel. I mean, there was The Blair Witch Project, of course, that came out in 1999, and I remember watching that movie and my eyes hurting really badly, but it very much scared the shit out of people, because a lot of people were like, is that movie real? Is that real footage? What's going on here? They marketed it pretty great, and it just started this whole found footage genre that has had a lot of shitters and some really good found footage movies. For instance, like your Cloverfields, your VHSs. I think VHS, that series, because it's just a bunch of different videos, short segments, all rolled into one. Freaky shit. If you haven't watched any of the VHS movies, do yourself a favor. Those are the best found footage movies. But Blair Witch Project was also pretty freaky, even though there's times where it got a little boring, but then towards the end you're like, whoa, what's going on? So we got the Blair Witch, which is a direct sequel to it. That Book of Shadows movie, I don't even remember that movie. Who the fuck cares, right? But we got the brother of Heather, the girl in Blair Witch Project, who wants to find some answers after all this time, wants to go to those woods and figure out what the hell happened to his sister. So he rounds up his friends, of course, and they got camera equipment, but of course it's upgraded this time. It's not just people holding cameras anymore. They actually got these little earpieces that have cameras in them, and they just hook them to their ears, so now you're just getting their point of view, which I thought, good job, your technology. And they also have a drone too, and I'm like, all right, we're modernizing the found footage on it. Now it's not just somebody that's holding a camera like this, which doesn't necessarily make sense. I mean, it makes sense from a filmmaker's point of view, but not if you're actually in that situation. So they go into the woods, and then, of course, shit happens. Freaky shit happens when they're camping, weird noises, and blah, blah, blah. It's almost, the same beats that you actually saw in Blair Witch Project. Something's going on, freaky and everything. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, you can kind of guess that some people get offed and some shit happens, and, it's found footage. You don't really exactly get answers, because that's what they do with these kind of movies. My biggest gripe about this movie, Jesus H. Christ with the jump scares. I don't mind jump scares if they're cleverly put in a movie. Use them creatively, please. And those are great. You know who does that very well? James Wan. Yes, that's right. Watch his horror movies, which he has a lot of. He knows how to use jump scares. He knows how to build up tension in his movies, where it's just, you are uneasy and you're getting tingly in your back without a jump scare. Sometimes you think a jump scare is going to happen and he won't do it. This movie has jump scare after fucking jump scare, where it just makes the movie uncomfortable to watch. I'm sitting there doing this because I'm like, it just seemed like anybody who comes out of the woods is super fucking quiet until they reach the person and go, hey! It's like, what the fuck? The found footage is supposed to give you a sense of realism. Nobody is going to just hop in front of someone like that in the dark woods and then not make any noise. There's leaves and twigs all around. Get the fuck out of here. Did I just sound almost like I was New York? Get the fuck out of here. So that just annoyed the piss out of me. There were some freaky moments. It had a lot of freaky moments, especially towards the end when shit starts really happening. And a lot more happens, of course, than the first one. I mean, it gets really creepy. But then again, you're just more jump scare after jump scare. And I just get sick of that. I fucking get sick of that. But it does have some creepy moments. If you like the first one, odds are you'll dig this one too. I mean, like I said, it's pretty much almost the same thing, but it's been magnified and a lot more creative, different stuff, especially towards the end when the climax is happening. And you know what? There's an aspect of the story that you start going, wow, okay, this is interesting, because obviously there's not exposition really in this movie to explain shit that's going on, certain things. And there's one aspect of it I was like, wow, that is pretty cool, because, and I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but it's just I can't really say it without spoiling, but I kind of dug it because it made you think like, oh, okay, because they were trying to give you some of that exposition of what's going on, but they weren't doing it directly. Obviously, they weren't trying to like just have a character explain what's going on, but you kind of get a sense of like, oh, so this is what happens when you walk into these woods. I get it. That's pretty sweet. That's cool. Can we investigate that portion of it a little bit more? So, yeah. So that was kind of cool, but other than that, it was all right in my opinion. If you know, and if I wouldn't put it on my favorite wall of 2016 movies, but if you want a little bit of a scare, go watch it. I'd say wait for video though, you know, just do that, you know, and then be prepared for a lot of jump scares, and then be prepared to have like the same old cliches. You know, you got the main dude, and then you got his dickhead best friend who tags along, who's been his buddy, his boy, since he was like they were kids. But for some reason, the friend is always just an asshole. Why is he an asshole? He's not like a huge asshole, but he does. And then, of course, that friend has his girlfriend who's just like, why are you even here? Like, why did you decide to do this? You don't look like you would camp. You don't... And I'm probably sounding racist because they are black. But not even... But I'm not even saying like that. But you know how it is. It's like... even skin color or not, just the way that their characters are, it's like, why, you know, I mean, I can see why he's here, but why are you here? I mean, I know it's your boyfriend, but you just don't seem like the one to camp. I mean, and then you had the main girl who was like helping with the documentary. When she was screaming out the names for the other characters, holy shit, was her voice ear piercing. I mean, she does that thing where it's like she sounds like she's yodeling as she's screaming, like, ah! Like, when she was screaming out their names, like, I don't even remember their names, like, and she just, I was like, oh, no. Oh, I was like going, good Lord. She kept screaming their names, and she would just, like, her voice would just crack as she's doing it, and I was like, nails on a goddamn chalkboard. Yeesh. Anyways, let me know if you saw Blair Witch down below in the balls area, guys, and sorry for rambling for too much, but, yeah, let me know your thoughts about it, all right? Talk to you later.